My name is Chelsea Williams. I'm here to talk to you about the 3 things I've learned from my experience in my life. This speech is a solo presentation intended to introduce myself to my professor and my classmates. The 3 things I have learned have shaped me into the person that I am today. These concepts have not only positively influenced my life, but has made me a better person. Has the thought of why me ever crossed your mind? I'm sure it has. Even though I was raised never to ask why, because everything happens for a reason, it's run through my mind numerous times. These sources that have provided me with information for my speech. The 3 concepts I have experienced are courage, how to overcome a battle, and I'm a loyal team member. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You must do the thing which you think you cannot do." Courage. Courage is the quality of mind or spirit that enables a person to face difficulty, danger, pain, etc. without fear. Being courageous has become one of my strong points in life. Being active in sports has its pros and cons. Unfortunately, in my case, there were more cons than pros. Injuries are the biggest downfall when it comes to being an athlete. I had 3 knee surgeries, the first one at the age of 12. With me being so young, the doctors had their doubts whether I'd be able to play again. However, that never crossed my mind. Sports were my passion, and I was determined to do whatever it took to step back on the court. After an intense 6 months of therapy, the doctors released me being 100%. When 2-a-days started that fall, I became more nervous than I expected, although I'm sure my family was more worried about me than I was myself. Yet all I wanted was to play again. That's exactly what I did. "It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up," says Vince Lombardi. As the season went on, the thought of re-injuring my knee and the pain that it caused seemed to fade away. There were times that I had forgotten the risk I was taking and was just worried about playing my game. "I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me," Philippians 4:13. The fear that had faded from my mind became a reality my junior year in high school. After being in a pool accident and tearing several muscles in the same injured knee, I again tore my ACL later that year playing volleyball. Without God, my family, friends, and my therapist, there was no way I could have made it through my recovery. When my friends would see me down or struggling, they'd always joke with me and say, "I think I can, I think I can." And for some reason, it always seemed to boost my spirit. God played a major role in making me believe that I could do it. In the back of my mind, I kept thinking, if God thought I couldn't handle this or couldn't get through it, it wouldn't have happened to me. I was crushed when the doctors confirmed the bad news. The day of my surgery, the unthinkable happened. Somehow I managed to fracture my patella bone in the opposite leg, putting myself back in the OR the very next day. Going home with both legs in braces was a battle I was sure I was going to lose. Having to rehabilitate both of my legs, therapy was my worst nightmare. I had thought I had experienced pain, but this time around, it was far and beyond any pain I'd ever felt. Loyalty. It's the same whether it wins or loses the game. True as a dial to the sun, although it be not shined upon, says Samuel Butler. The thought of not being able to finish volleyball or even start basketball was devastating. You don't realize how much you love something till you can't do it or it's not there anymore. Having already started volleyball that season, I was so proud of the team. Having to sit at the bench with my team and watch my team play was one of the hardest things I ever did. What was even worse was to watch my team win or lose a game, and I didn't contribute to either. I hated not being able to play. When basketball started, I once again was torn too. It hadn't yet dawned on me I wasn't going to be a part of the team. I'll never forget the day my coach called me to his office and told me he still wanted me to suit up and just sit with him on the bench. He said I was the team leader, and it wouldn't be the same without me. As hard as it was, I sat the bench and traveled with my teammates the whole season. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or the fastest man, but sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. If you ever feel like everything bad is happening to you, always remember there's someone who might have it worse. After all that I've been through and now look back on, the question why me isn't even a question anymore. Having to find courage within and fighting for something has opened my mind to a whole new outlook on life.